Hello everyone, welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, spiritual intuitive and oracle, here with my Moonday Oracle Message for the world as a collective. And this message will be good for the week of May 22nd, 2017. So I just want to take a few moments before we get into our reading just to welcome everybody, those of you who are continually coming back every week. Thank you for doing so and welcome back. And those of you who are new to my page, welcome and thank you for joining in. I hope that you see something or hear something that you most need at this time, okay? So let me explain a little bit for those of you who are new to my page what Moonday Oracle Messages are. Hi Robin, welcome back, love. So Moonday is the old name or word for Monday. So it's a day where we honored the moon, a day where the moon being connected to our intuition or that divine feminine parts of ourselves was a perfect day for honoring your own higher voice or the messages that come through for divine guidance and tapping into that part of yourself. Or also the moon sheds some light on what is hidden from view with our physical eyes or what might be lying beneath the surface that we aren't really paying attention to. So this is a great time for me to, or any of us, to be bringing forth some divine guidance and tapping into our intuitive selves. So also the oracle message is I use oracle cards along with my intuitive abilities to discern higher messages or divine guidance only for the highest and greatest good for the world as a collective. So that means all of us as one union, or one unit, I should say, with the understanding that what happens to you also happens to me. Welcome, Leah and Jillian. What happens to you also happens to me. What happens to me also happens to you, because we are all one, connected in this big web of life. And while things may happen a little differently for all of us, it is still all happening together, in a sense, if that makes sense. Okay. Hi, Deborah, you made it. Yes, the stream is working. I was hoping that the problems that people were having would be fixed, because it was seeming like it was having something to do with the Apple app for Facebook. So glad that you could make it, and thank you for sharing that it is working. So maybe that means we're going to be good today. I hope. So I hope that explains and clarifies what I do here with my messages, and it's just a way for us to have some insight going into the week. Since Monday usually starts out our week, it's just a way for us to have an understanding of what to expect and how to best maneuver through the energies of the week, okay? So with that said, I'm going to announce a few things just before we actually get into the reading. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I was away filming with the Ghost Finders, as you most of you know, so that was very exciting. And speaking of the Ghost Finders, again, I'm going to just let everybody know that the Ghost Finders Season 8 premieres, where you can catch me with the incredibly talented cast and crew on June 17th, and that is going to be streaming on Roku. It will also air on cable, and that information will be available on the Ghost Finders Facebook page, as well as www.ghostfinders.com or theghostfinders.com. Okay, so any other questions that you have in regards to that, just comment and I will reply with that if you know, best I can. So yes, June 17th, 2017, Season 8, Ghost Finders, okay? So, hi Lori, welcome. Another thing that I want to announce is that for those of you who haven't gotten a chance to see yet, I reached 1,300 likes on my page, and every time I reach a milestone and get a new 100 likes, I like to do a little giveaway and share what it is that I do and my passion with others. So I posted a picture on my page. Go back and check it out, look for it, and there's a little contest that I'm having. So if you answer correctly to the contest, you could win either a 3-card guidance reading with me, or you could win a new moon reading with me, which is really, really cool to have done. I do one for myself every single new moon, We are moving into the new moon in Gemini energy on the 25th, so at the end of the week. So this week is going to be a little shadowy because we're moving into dark moon energy right before that, which is time for reflection. Hi, Angie. Hi, Jody. Yay, you all made it. Carol, welcome. So yeah, so we are moving, it's a little bit of shadow phase, but what happens with the new moon and this reading, it allows you to project what to expect through the course of the moon phases as you go from new moon to the following new moon. So it's a really cool reading. Like I said, I do it for myself every single month, and I love it. And I always get to look back and see what messages came through at what times. So you have the opportunity to win a free one of those with me. So go onto my page, find the image. It should be an animated image, and you'll see that it says 1,300 likes. Okay, and thank all of you so very, very much for allowing me to reach that milestone. Okay. All right. Yes, definitely cool prizes, Jillian. Hi, Roxana. Welcome, you lovely lady. Thank you for being here. All right, and let's see. Anything else going on? Yes. Ooh, I have something interesting that I want to announce. I haven't officially created an event for it yet, but I've been being more and more guided to start getting this ready. So a lot of you already know that I teach Divine Feminine workshops. Divine Feminine workshops is a way to empower yourself, a way for both, it's solely for women at this time, but in the future I may be opening up this to men that are interested as well. But at this time, so I have closed my Divine Feminine workshops down to the public, and I've had a set group of women who I have been working with for the last almost 2 years now, so a year and a half. And these women went from a beginner level and moved into much more advanced information that I've been divinely guided to share with them. And it has become something of a goddess school or temple, if you will. And these women can attest to this. They have gone from learning about different goddess energies, different meditations that have allowed them to awaken and step into their own power, learning about the importance of the seasons and how to celebrate and honor that and bring these energies into your own life, moving into advanced things like sacred geometry and crystal formations. And I've had the pleasure of being able to teach along that beautiful crystal goddess from Crystal Essence Healing, Angie Walters, who has joined me in teaching the advanced level of ladies. So we've been doing so much different stuff. This past week, we learned about wand making and the importance of connecting with the sacredness of trees and how to utilize wands to become an extension of your own magic and your own power. So we've been doing so much work. It's been such a phenomenal journey that Spirit has guided me to open a school or a temple. So I hope to kick off the first level, starting all the way back over from the beginning again, with working with different goddess energies, divine energies that have come forth, like the Virgin Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, the goddess Isis, Rhiannon, the Celtic goddess Breed, Kuan Yin. I mean, there is no limit to the amazing energies that have come forward. So we'll be also working with different seasons. So, when I say seasons, it's like the energy of the solstices, the equinoxes, Samhain, and all these different magical, potent times energetically, as well as working with the moon cycles. So I hope to be kicking this off in July. I will announce it officially when the date is, but just to put this out there for those of you who might be interested, it would be one workshop a month for a year long. So it's very potent stuff that you'll be doing. You really be stepping into your own power and learning how to become your true authentic version of yourself through the Divine Feminine teaching. Okay, and it is divinely guided. All of this, I do nothing unless I am shown and guided to do. So those of you who are interested in working with these energies and stepping into this divine, almost like a priestesshood, if you will, goddess circle with me as your teacher, something to keep in mind for July, all right? Okay. That said, let me get into our reading for this week. Yes, it will be all online, Jody. Thank you for asking that. It will be online. It will be a private group that you will be in. So if you are interested, You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about, time constraints, because it will be offered via Zoom. So it's like a live video conference. If you can't attend live that day, the Zoom conference actually gets recorded, and then it gets uploaded and put in the group for the month for anybody who wants to be able to watch it later. Work, life, it all gets in the way. And I am a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm also a businesswoman and entrepreneur. So I know how crazy life can be, and so I try to make this as reasonable as possible, as easy as possible, because this is what is meant for all of us going into this world, is to tap into these hidden, unknown parts of ourselves that have been lost for so long. Okay, so keep it in mind and keep your eyes peeled in June for the announcement and the event for those of you who want to join, because once you join, it does get closed down and locked in for the year. It's very reasonably priced, so please don't panic and freak out. I try to make this as easy for everyone to be able to do. But yes, so if it's something that you want to do, remember, once it starts, it gets closed, and that's it for a year. So keep it in mind, all right? Yes, it would, Hannah. It would absolutely work for you as well, because, as I said, even if you can't tune in live for the one-on-one video conference with everybody as in the group that day, that video conference gets recorded and posted for you to watch later on your own time. Does that make sense? So there's handouts that go along with everything. Everything is easy, trust me. We've already been doing this process with the Zoom application or the Zoom video conferencing for at least 6 to 8 months already, and it's been so successful. No one's had issues with it, so, all right. Yes, so keep it in mind, all right? All right, everybody, let me get into the reading. I don't want to hold anybody else up. So, as I said, we are moving into the new moon in Gemini at the end of the week. That means you're already going to start feeling the energy this week. New moon is a time for starting over. It's also a time when the moon is void of any light. And as humans, we are almost mirror images of the moon. So how the moon behaves is how we are is a reflection on us. It's how we are manipulated as well by the moon. So with it being its shadow phase, this is a time where you might start feeling heavy energy again. This is a time where you might be getting ready to release something else before you are reborn, because every month the moon dies and is reborn all over again, all right? So I decided to work with the Les Vampires Oracle. This is an excellent deck for working with things that might be draining your life force energy. This deck is created by Lucy Cavendish, so no surprise there. I love her stuff. But it's not to be, not one of those decks that you should be afraid of because it says vampires, so you automatically think darkness and negative, but it's not like that at all. Vampires come forward energetically to show us what is draining away our life force energy, because that's what vampires are said to do. They are bloodsuckers, correct? Well, bloodsuckers having your blood sucked is draining, I'm sorry, it was a terrible way to put that, is a way to, it's draining your life force energy, what sustains you, what keeps you alive. So when you have a situation that comes into your life that is draining away your life force energy, we often don't recognize that. So this deck helps to bring forth the energy of the vampires to show you what's draining away from you or taking away, okay? And because we're moving into shadow, this is a time to recognize what's draining you, what you might still be holding on to, and then let it go so that you can be reborn just the same way that the moon is, all right? So let's see. And then after this, we will do the mudra as we have been doing, and I'll talk more about that afterwards, okay? So what guidance do these vampires have for us and the guidance of the highest beings for this week of May 22nd? That's another thing that just reminded me before I even finish. When I went to start my video, it was 5:22 p.m. Today's date is 5:22. That made me stop and pay attention to those three numbers. So the number 5 is a number of challenges and obstacles, but also traveling over those obstacles forward movement. So breaking through a barrier, breaking through an obstacle to overcome something, okay? Challenges are being presented as opportunities to learn and grow from. But then you've got master number 22. 22 is all about, we call that the master builder number. So master builder number being all about laying the foundation or the groundwork for where you have to continue to grow on or what you continue to build on from there. So think in terms of building, a structure, a building, for example. Before you can build that building, you actually have to lay that foundation and the groundwork first in order for that building to be stable, right? And to be able to build from there. So this is what's happening in our life. So the 5 being the obstacle being presented to you this week, in order for you to overcome, to build the foundation for you to keep growing on. Okay? All right. Natural. I know it's backwards for all of you, but it says authentic, real, and organic. Welcome, Chanel. Glad you did make it, sweetie. I just pulled the card. I did some announcements in the beginning, so you maybe want to catch that back on the replay, okay? All right, so it says authentic, real, organic. It's a number 40, which works out to be, in numerology, a 4. We break that down to a 4. So 4 is all about, think of a square or a structure. It is about the foundation of where you currently find yourself, your structure, your home life, your environment around you. So it goes right along with that master builder number I was talking about, okay? So this week, you're going to be presented with challenges that almost, it makes me feel like challenges that are going to give you an opportunity to step into truth, if that makes sense. How can I better word that for you? It's like there are, oh, this is a perfect example, thank you. I had a conversation just today about a friend of mine said that they were having a difficult time all of a sudden with their appearance, their outward appearance this week, and they were really kind of down on themselves, feeling like they didn't look the way that they wanted to look. They all of a sudden were just unhappy. They were starting to notice it. Hi, AJ. Really? Well, then pay attention because you're going to really resonate with this. So they were having a problem with their appearance. Not only that, I won't say any other names, but someone else on top of that also messaged me this week. They were struggling with their appearance. Very, very down on themselves about it. I was away this weekend, and I happened to be staying in a hotel, and, you know, the hotel lighting can be brutal, those fluorescent lights. And I started to really notice things that I didn't ordinarily notice while doing my makeup, and it caused me momentarily to reflect negatively on myself as well. So I can understand and I can relate to what those other people are experiencing. So it's just a shadow that's coming up to let us know that it's not about how you look like on the outside. That is not authentic. What we look like on the outside, or what society, that limiting belief, that we're programmed to believe we're all supposed to be the same perfect size. We're all supposed to look a certain way and be presentable when we leave the house. We are all supposed to, just there's this whole criteria of how people need to come off these days, or how we need to appear. And when we don't meet those expectations, these false, ridiculous beliefs and expectations, we tear ourselves apart. It makes us feel less than what we are. And this, my friends, is draining your life force energy. This is stripping you out of your power. So this week, that shadow that comes forward, it doesn't have to be just your appearance. It could be anything that limits you. Any block about maybe not feeling like, well, I didn't get a college degree, so I'm not good enough to go out and try to achieve this type of a job. Or, my child has a little bit of a hyperactivity, so I need to, you know, put them into some type of developmental behavioral classes so that they conform to how the school system needs them to function and behave. Or maybe my child isn't as savvy with this whole new math Common Core that's out there, that you need to all of a sudden, you know, force them to feel less than what they are and feel like they're not intelligent, and then force them to go through all these ridiculous standards to meet that, you know? And I'm not trying to knock the school systems, please don't misunderstand. I'm just trying to say that there are some ridiculous standards all across the board in this world today. So think about your own life. Think about what has happened in the last few days right now. What new fog or shadow moved in over you that made you start to doubt, that made you start to feel less than you are? That's the ringer. That's the one that you need to strip away. You need to overcome and take back your power. This is about tearing off that nasty, limited skin that no longer fits us and stepping into and exposing, not stepping into, but exposing our real, organic, natural selves, who we really are. So yes, I might wear makeup. Yes, I might do my hair, but it's because it's what enhances who I already am. It's not that I feel like if I don't wear this makeup, I'm ugly. I know that my natural beauty, regardless of who thinks my beauty is beauty, to me, my natural beauty is beauty. Yes, absolutely. But I express myself through my clothing. I express myself through doing my makeup and having fun with it. Not that I need to. Do you see what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that you can't want to exercise to lose weight. It just means that you're doing it because it's what makes you feel empowered, not because it's what society impressed upon you. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Because this is a really important, powerful one. The world is moving into a time where we are making people, we are making corporations, we are making, you know, these systems be accountable for the falsity that they have put out there, that we have been hindered by. And humanity as a collective is stepping into a time where we want truth. We want authenticity. And it starts with you. Okay? So that's your message, everybody. Take back your power. That doesn't mean it's not okay to experience shadows. We all have to experience it every single month. Every month. Just like the moon has to have a shadow, and then it moves back into time of empowerment, so too do we. It's a constant work in progress. And that's okay. But as long as you are constantly learning, thank you, AJ. I'm glad, Lori. As long as you know that, you recognize it, deal with it, and move on, you're ready for the next challenge. So it's not to stay stuck into one or be broken by one either, okay? All right. I hope that works out for everybody. I hope that you are able to embody that and embrace that message this month or this week, and really, truly use it to your advantage. Take what would cripple you and use it as a power. Recognize it, strip it away, and peel back those layers to expose your organic self. Okay? All right. Powerful message. I loved that one. That was a really good one. And it really does make sense. Like I said, it's multiple people, including myself, reflecting on all of a sudden, like it hadn't even fazed me, it hadn't even bothered me before, or even particular people who had reached out to me and said, you know, maybe it bothered them a little bit, but not enough that they were really upset about it. You know, so that means that it was just there, buried beneath the surface, never really being recognized, never being acknowledged. And now the moon in Gemini, no less, is forcing it to kind of come up, and you're seeing this facet or shadow of yourself that has to be released for you to be rebirthed. Okay? So just keep that in mind this week, everybody. All right. Good, Deborah. I'm so glad that that this resonates too and that you're enjoying it. Okay, so now mudra. If we have time after this, you might hear my dog in the background barking. Just tune it out if you can, please. After this, if we have time, I will scroll through all the comments and try to offer a message to someone that most needs to hear an extra special message of guidance at this time. Something down there that he doesn't like. All right, so I'm working with the Mudras deck. It is Mudras for Awakening the Energy Body, and this is by Alison D. Nicola. So mudras are ancient hand movements or symbols that allow you to channel energy. Along with breathing exercises, it enables you to awaken energy centers within your body. It enables you to move the energy throughout your body, and it enables you to overcome blockage within your energy body. What your energy body is this is your physical body, obviously. Outside of your physical body, you have something known as an aura. An aura is a very broad term for many layers of different parts of your aura that you have. One of them being your energy body here. And with your energy body is your energy field that when outside influences come in, they can affect you by being within your energy body. So sometimes we get a little clogged up and congested in that area. This can cause for physical illness and ailments. It could cause for emotional problems and blocks, and creative issues too, as well as that. And so this really does have physical health benefits. It does have emotional benefits and clearly spiritual benefits, because it can help you to achieve a state of enlightenment, of awareness, just by using your hands and your breathing. It's wild, isn't it? Yes, and your chakras. Those are your energy centers, AJ. So I don't know if you're familiar with that term, but yes, energy centers or vortexes are also the chakras within your body. Okay, so each mudra that we get seems to be connected with a different or chakra within your body too. Okay, so this is something that you can do very easily, very quickly. For those of you who aren't familiar with this, those of you who've been doing this with me have attested to how amazing that these have been since we've been working with them. How they seem to help you ground, overcome anxiety, and just come into a higher, you can even come into a higher vibration, especially when you're working with the higher ones for more enlightenment too, all right? So something happens to be going on down there. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but apparently they're not hearing the dog. So I'm sorry about that. Aura is a good question, Roxana. Aura is different than your chakras. However, your chakra center or your chakra energy centers are attached to the layers in your aura, okay? But they are two separate things, if that makes sense. We'd be here for a whole day, so I'm just going to give you the short of it. But they are two separate. However, they are connected, okay? All right, so let's see what mudra is coming forward to assist us this week and how it can best help us with the message that came along this week, okay? Okay, so this happens sometimes, and this is okay. This deck, I always forget to mention that it also has chakra cards in here, not just mudra cards. So sometimes this chakra, I don't take them out in advance because I feel like what's supposed to come forward comes forward. So we actually got solar plexus chakra. This is interesting. This chakra is called your Manipura or your Manipura. Okay, so this chakra is yellow. It is at just below your breastbone, just above your navel, near your abdomen or your stomach area. This chakra, believe it or not, guys, is where our life force energy is controlled. So when something is draining your life force energy, you are going to have a blocked or weakened solar plexus chakra, okay? So when you are taking back your power, you are awakening or strengthening your solar plexus chakra. So it goes right along with this week's message. So I'm still going to pull a mudra, but just know that this week is all about focusing on our solar plexus and the energy that goes along with that, which is our life force energy, and taking it back, not allowing anything to drain it, okay? So now let's see if we can get a mudra to go along with that. Ooh, all right, so this is harmony. See that? And this mudra is called the Trimurta mudra. This is for life transitions, equanimity, and balance. It benefits menopause, fertility, and pelvic issues, cultivates emotional balance and support, and it harmonizes change, which is what all of us are experiencing in regards to, that I should say the spiritual or the life changes that we are all going through, even, not necessarily menopause, but we are all going through major life changes at this time, okay? So how you can do this is to hold your hands in front of the pelvis facing downward. Touch your thumb tips together and connect the index fingers. So, like this, thumb tips together. So you are literally, it looks like you are forming a womb, all right? Which is exactly where you're going to hold it over, your pelvis area. Fellas, doesn't matter if you don't have a womb, we're still going to awaken that creative center that you have down there in your pelvis area, okay? Because you too have the same chakras. Carol says, totally need this one. Chanel says, have we had this one before yet? No, we have not. This is a first for this one. So, all right. So what you're going to do is keep your hands there. You can either place it directly on your body, on your pelvic area, or hold it out front of it, a little bit above it. And you are going to lengthen your spine. So sit your back up straight and relax your shoulders. So don't have them up here by your ears. Relax them down. Okay? You're going to close your eyes, and I'm going to guide you through your breathing and also a little affirmation that goes along with this mudra. So close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and blow out through your mouth. And repeat, balance and harmony accompany all of my transitions. Another deep breath in through your nose and blow out through your mouth, focusing your breath and the energy moving down into your fingertips and your pelvic area. Repeat, balance and harmony accompany all of my transitions. One more time, in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Focus the energy through your pelvic area and the tips of your fingers. Balance and harmony accompany all of my transitions. And so it is. And you can open your eyes, and that's it. 3 times is what I recommend doing the breathing exercise along with the mudra, but you can keep doing that as long as you need to. If anything, the breathing exercises will ground your energy and bring you back down, so perfect for any type of feeling overwhelmed, anxiety, feeling flighty, foggy. It will bring your energy down. But this mudra itself will actually assist in balancing or equalizing your energy. Okay? All right, so I hope that worked out for everyone. Use this one throughout the week to assist you in whatever it is that you have going on. This will also help us with what we need with our solar plexus chakras and the overcoming the shadows this week. All right? All right, and then last but not least, one message of guidance from someone who commented and said hello. All right, I'm going to still continue to use the same vampire deck. And so I'm going to just scroll through the comments here and see who Spirit guides me to. Hi, Lynette. Sorry, honey, just seeing your comment. Hi, Laura. Hi, Jamie. Okay, Deborah Glessner. Did I say your last name right? Are you still here, honey? Because this message is going to be for you. Namaste, AJ. Thank you. Deborah. Are you still here? Yeah, there we go. All right. So let's see what special little message that Spirit has for you. Redemption is your message. Absolution, forgiveness, penance. It is a number 2 numerically. It's 20, so it's a 2. 2 always makes me think about balance, bringing your life into balance. 2 is also, it always signifies like a relationship of some sorts. So without going into your personal business, Deborah, because I won't do that. I don't do that, just give you the message of power that you need here, which is to release any wounds, heartache particularly, to release them. Forgive, okay? Whether this be yourself for feeling let down, being disappointed in maybe the trust that you imposed or gave to others. This is just a time for making peace with it. It's not about the other person, but forgiving the other person is all about you, even if that sounds a little funny. Oftentimes we hold out wounds or anger or feelings of grudge, we begrudge other people because we feel like to forgive them means it makes it okay. To forgive them means that we have to forget about it and then we have to just pretend it didn't happen. And that's absolutely false. That's not true. So this might be your shadow this week. This might be your limited belief. Forgiveness is for you. It's always it's always for us when we forgive someone else, because it frees us from the prison of those low vibrating emotions that keep us trapped. They keep us wounded, not the person, the emotion of it. So anger, sadness, heartbreak, trust issues, fear. It keeps you in that issue. It keeps you in that situation. So your message is to finally release by forgiving. Make peace with the situation and just know that you are no longer held prisoner by it once you do this. You are now free to move forward and overcome those past hurts and traumas or letdowns that have been, that you have experienced, if you will, okay? So it's a time of redemption. Just redemption for, it also frees the other person, if that makes sense. It allows them to move forward. While they'll still have to make right with their own stuff, at least your anger isn't keeping them tied down to that situation anymore, because honestly it keeps you tied together still, all right? And you don't want to still have that tie anymore. You want to cut those cords and you want to be able to fly free, all right? So that is your message. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I do hope that it resonates and that you are able to overcome your shadow this week, because it seems like that might be it, all right? So if you have any questions in regards to your reading, any questions about that, just you can either private message me or you can comment and I will answer as best I can. Anybody else, I do hope that you enjoyed all of the messages today and the mudra. Continue to work with that throughout this week, and I will see you back here on Fortune Friday. All right? Love and magical blessings, and anybody's comments who I missed, I will go back after the video is done and I'll scroll through everything and try to comment again, okay? All right. Thanks for being here. See you on Friday.